Quick disclaimer, I screwed up my mic placement today, so please don't judge.
Young Clark on the mic, yes, I'm doing what I do, representing for the ladies, but he's speaking for the goons, back and forth with the banter, you got questions, we got answers, every week we bringing you the entertainment and the news, welcome to our podcast for the ladies and the goons, ladies, goons.
Hello, and welcome to episode 6 of the Ladies and Goons podcast. Well, we are back 2 days late, and that is my fault. But we're here. And
I, of course, am your host, Will Clark, and I'm here with
Buck,
the president. All right, so this week we're going to do a little bit, it's going to be a little bit different. Just going to have random topics that I'm throwing out there, and then we're just going to talk about them for as long as we can, and then we'll move on from there.
For as long as we can.
As long as we can, as long as we have something to say about it. But I preface it with that because it's going to be a little bit random, just random topics coming up. Topics that I either thought of or found or people have asked, whatever the case may be. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. It's episode 6, y'all. Yeah. All right. First question, Buck. What's the best way to travel?
Safely.
All right. So after safely, the mode of transportation, what do you think is the best way?
Relaxed.
Relaxed is your mode of transportation?
Yes.
Okay. How do you actually get from point A to point B?
Traveling.
All right. He's going to be aware of it today. That's great. I had a feeling that it would be like this today. I don't know why. Mode of transportation for me, I would say plane or car. I don't like buses and trains that much. Plane is a necessity depending on where you're going. And I don't love boats.
But that's why it's like, who's flying the plane? You?
I'm definitely not flying the plane because I don't trust myself to fly a plane simply because I don't know how.
Who's driving the car?
I can drive the car.
So you trust yourself to drive a car, but you don't trust yourself to fly a plane?
Yeah, because I know how to drive a car. I don't know how to fly a plane. I have flown a plane before, but I was a kid in a program, so I don't remember anything. And with a car, I can like pull over to the side real quick and just like, with a plane, there's no place for me to do that. And I'm somewhat nervous of heights. I won't say scared, but I'm a little bit nervous of heights. So for me,
what about boats?
Boats, I don't hate boats, but there's something about being trapped at sea for a long time. Like you can't just stop and be like, all right, I'm done. Let me get up. Like it's just weird, and it takes a long time to get anywhere. I don't love cruises now. I haven't been on one in a while. Maybe only one time, and it didn't really go anywhere, so it doesn't really count. But especially now with COVID, no, I'm not with boats. But like just hanging out, going on the water with close friends or something, that's good. But it's not really transportation.
Planes are like the same as boats to me.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, you're trapped in a plane. You can't just like stop. And planes are like smaller most of the time.
That's true.
I don't know.
And there's no fresh air.
Right.
Which you can find on a boat. So yeah. Maybe. I mean, I don't hate boats, but it wouldn't be my method of transportation to get anywhere unless it was like a party the entire way. So I guess like a cruise. Because it's going to take a long time. It takes longer than a plane to get anywhere. Anywhere that a plane is getting, that you'll go from one place to get to somewhere else, the boat's going to take longer. So
True.
just for it being faster. But if it's like a Maybe if it's like a cruise and I'm stopping in different islands or whatever, possibly. Like I said, I don't hate it. I don't think I get seasick either, but yeah. I like a car because most of the time I'll be controlling the music and I can drive and you have control over what's going on. So I like that. I like rental cars.
Driving seems like the safest option.
Yeah.
Why don't you like trains?
I've never liked trains, and I don't know. I dislike them almost as much as I dislike buses. Trains might be better than buses, like talking about Greyhound or whatever, because you're just like stuck. But trains too, you're just kind of stuck. Like if
so with this whole conversation, we're not like. See, you said you would be driving the car, so I would just automatically assume that the other methods of transportation involve no other passengers. That's what I interpreted as originally.
I didn't think of it like that.
So if you were on a bus and it wasn't crowded like a Greyhound with a whole bunch of other people, would you not enjoy that?
That wouldn't be bad if I was on a bus with people. I don't like to be alone, so I would definitely be with someone. But if I'm on a bus with some people that I like a tour bus situation, that's pretty cool. I guess the same as I would think of the cruise. Like if it's fun, it's like a party situation, I would like it. Buses are not comfortable though.
When you said you don't like to be alone, the Shy song with Jay-Z popped into my head.
Why?
I don't know.
I just don't like. I don't like to be alone. It could be at least one other person, and I'm good. But I don't necessarily like to be alone. I wouldn't like to be alone in a car driving a long time either. I've had to do that. I did that when I relocated from North Carolina to Connecticut, and I had to drive a few times by myself, and that I didn't enjoy. I didn't enjoy it all. Yeah.
Y'all don't know that Shy song with Jay-Z? Go Google that. Google. Actually, just go on Tidal and search for Shy featuring Jay-Z.
Yes. I think some portion of Tidal is free right now. So,
I don't know. I'm not getting paid by them.
All right, I'm going to switch gears.
Hold on, you had to drive alone from North Carolina? What?
I did.
Now, hold on.
A few times.
What if you're on a train with not many
trips.
people? What if you're on a train with not many people?
With not that many people?
Yeah. Train seems really safe to me as well.
I just don't like trains, and I don't know what it is. Maybe I definitely don't like trains like from New York, being in New York. But like even the Amtrak, I had to take an Amtrak. The last time I took an Amtrak was from where I live right now, currently, to Philadelphia, because we had to recruit faculty, like trying to recruit faculty of color. And it's just not fun. It's not convenient. You have to get off changing trains. It was freezing, standing in the cold. Like it's not fun. It's not where it's at for me. Maybe short, and that wasn't even that long. Imagine if I was taking a train to like California or something. Like,
but trains have like, I've never taken a train really far, but my grandfather always suggests like Amtrak. They have like beds and all of that.
I haven't seen beds, but this day and age, I'm not sleeping in anybody's bed on a train.
Yeah,
but they do have like those.
But it's
little
like
cars.
if you had like,
I did see that on like TV.
If you had a worldwide or a nationwide tour, and everything was private, would a train still bother you?
No, it wouldn't. It would be the same as a tour bus, except faster, because they drive faster and they don't have traffic.
Right.
So that wouldn't matter. I mean, if I had a private train, I guess I wouldn't matter either, because
a private plane.
Train and plane. Like if I had a train and it was just me, like the equivalent of one train car or whatever, and I had everything on there, that would be great. a train would be better than a bus, even a tour bus, because anything that you have to drive through the streets and all of that is annoying, especially when you're driving through certain areas that are not as nice, especially to people.
Word, like Melrose and like the hills in California.
That are not like nice to people.
Yeah, not nice to people in general.
Yes, black people is what I was thinking, but yes. So yeah, I don't know. All right, switch gears. Next question. Who in your life had the biggest impact on the person you have become?
God.
All right, so I'm gonna say two people. And I'm going to preface it with there are a lot of people, of course, so don't get mad at me, people that know me, and then be like, what about me? But there are two people. And the first one is my father. Both good and bad. He always had like the best intentions for me. But I mean, talking about how I took in whatever was given to me. Definitely had a major impact and still does. He is no longer with us, but still has that impact. Taught me that there's really no limit and that I deserve everything in the world, but some of those lessons I interpreted not the best way. He's a financial person. He was a CPA, and I am horrible with money and managing money. The second person, I would say, is the knucklehead sitting across from me right now, which is Buck, the president. And Buck challenges me daily.
Hold up, is this, are you recording this time?
Like I said, look, and as he's saying it, I have to check anyway, just to make sure, because last week's, fiasco. But yes, I am recording. And so, Buck is the person I'm around the most in life, and especially in adult life, and he challenges me daily. He makes me happy, then he makes me sad sometimes, and try to realize, the person I am and who I want to be, and I'm still not there, but besides my father, probably the greatest impact on my life as an adult. So now, other than God, I'm going to start the question like that. Who had the biggest impact on the person you have become?
I don't know. I can only give thanks to God, man. Because there's so many people, and then on top of the people, it's my ability to take in the information and how I react to certain things. The gift of my memory. The development of my patience, which is like culminated over a long period of time. So it's like a collective effort.
All right. That's a good answer. This one, the next question that I have, I wrote down, I was like, oh, this will be funny. I don't even have an answer for it myself, so I'll be coming up with something off the top of my head. But then Buck walked in and said something hilarious, and I decided to tweak the question just a little bit. Well, not really, but I'm going to for him. So
I don't say anything that's hilarious.
My question was, if you had to change your name, what would your new name be? Before I even gave him that question, or well, he didn't know the question. He walks in and says, my Jamaican name would be, and then said something, and it was hilarious to me. So I'm going to change the question. And so, Buck, the president, if you could change your name to a Jamaican name, what would your Jamaican name be?
Thurston McBurntree.
Oh my gosh, this dude. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. He said, "Oh, I'll never say anything is hilarious." I'm sure there are a bunch of people that will agree with me that that's hilarious.
When I was young, I told my mother I wanted to change my name to Mark Clark. That's before I knew who Mark Clark was, so I just like that it rhymed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said I was going to talk off the top of my head for this one, but it's really funny because I have the name that I'm using right now.
She has 50 million aliases.
No, the name that I'm using right now on this show, Ro Clark, would be the name that I'd change my name officially to in the near future. And Ro is my last name. And so to carry on my father's name, I want to change that to my first name. And Clark is Ro Clark is an artist name, so that is my name as an artist. It's my name here on the podcast. And it's it's just it's an important last name to me. It's close to my heart.
Clark is Superman.
Yes. There you go. Do you have a name that you would change your name to other than like the Jamaican name? You did say Mark Clark when you were younger.
I was thinking about changing my name to Buck the President.
Yeah, like officially.
Yeah.
I hear you. Yeah.
I like the juxtaposition of the name.
Yup. He likes that juxtaposition. All right.
Hold on, give me the
Hold on. Give me the
I said last time what goon meant, and I didn't like how I said it. I was thinking about it. It sounded like thirstiness, like. But everything that I aim for has a principle behind it. My principles, I feel like I apply to every situation, and they don't waver regardless of like variables. So getting anything would be things that are beneficial to the majority rather than selfish things. Yeah, just wanted to say that. Yeah.
All right.
Official.
All right, this one's going to have a quick answer. Do you prefer summer or winter activities?
Summer activities.
I do as well. One of my favorite places in the world is Jamaica, and so there are no winter activities. I mean, I guess you have a bobsled team, but other than that, a lot of fun things to be done in the summer. So I agree, summer activities. Are there any songs that always bring a tear to your eye?
Man. There's a couple songs.
There are a couple? All right, what are they?
That, the You Will Know song.
Black Men United.
Yeah, that song.
You Will Know. That's a great song.
That song is deep to me.
It's a great song. That gives me all the feels as well.
And what's the Optimistic?
Sounds of Blackness.
Yeah.
Optimistic.
Yeah.
There's a lot of black going on in the names. But yes, Optimistic.
That's off the top of my head. I know there's another one that I just heard the other day. I can't think of it right now. There are a couple others though.
Okay. Mine. Recently, anything by Bob Marley, really. But Redemption Song specifically. And speaking of Daddy by Beyonce. That does. Because You Loved Me. Oh my gosh, that song makes me cry all the time. I'm trying to think what else. Optimistic made me cry recently. Just driving in the car and playing it. So I'll second that one. I don't know. Any others for you?
I'm trying to think. I don't know. If I would have had this question prior to the show, I probably could have came up with a few more.
Probably. I know there's some at least some songs in movies or scenes in movies that the song like made it. Oh, Change Gonna Come, Sam Cooke. That song, man. That song makes me cry. Depending on the movie, there were a few movies that had that song there in like a really strong scene. Made me cry. Yeah. All right.
This reminds me of Styles P on Drink Champs. Styles P, shout out Styles P.
Love Styles P. Oh.
I'm an aggressive crier, dog. But I get busy. I let my shit go.
Twisted. Yeah. All right. This will be a quick one. Probably a quick one. I don't know. What's the first thing you do when you wake up?
I wake up, stare at the ceiling. I'm alive. It's a beautiful feeling.
I knew that he was going to say something like that. That's why I said it'll be a quick one. Me, the first thing I do is I look at my phone. I check what time it is, or turn off the alarm, because either the alarm went off and I woke up to turn it off, or I woke up before it because I had to use the bathroom, and then I look to see what time it is and calculate in my mind how much time do I have to sleep. I can fall right back asleep, so it's not a problem, but how much time do I have left before I have to get up? It's the first thing I do.
Yeah, so being technical like that, most of the time, I don't even know. I wake up and do what? If the alarm didn't go off, I wake up because I had to go to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I never really check my phone at that time.
No.
If the alarm goes off, I know what time it is. So.
You know what time it is.
Right.
The alarm goes off, yeah. Or if the alarm didn't go off and my dog is there breathing in my face, sometimes I push her. And then I get up and she starts yelling at me and making all kind of noises because I'm not moving fast enough. What happened there, Buck?
I don't know.
You got war wounds? You hurt your finger. And he doesn't know how. Well, all right. All right, here's one. What is the least favorite job that you've ever had?
Man. Least favorite. I worked at car wash.
Yeah?
Yeah, when I was in college.
And you hated it?
Yeah, it was trash.
Aw. I worked at Subway for a very short time, and that's the only fast food place I've ever worked, and I really did not like that at all. I tried to pretend like I did. I was like, okay, I'm the type of person that's always gonna give my all. I'll be like, all right, I didn't like it, and you don't get paid well at all. So yeah, I hated it.
What did you hate about it? Besides not being paid well.
Besides not being paid well, it's hard to deal with people and their orders for food because their life is so important, and regardless of what's going on, if you're out of something, it's a problem. Obviously, that's not great, but people take things out on you as if you own the establishment and can make any of these changes that they need. And they can be very rude and demanding. And even when they're not, they're still demanding either of your time. They want to tell jokes and talk. You just want to get through what you're doing. If there's a lunch rush, it's just the anxiety. And then you have to rely on other people because I never really worked there by myself. So if I'm moving fast, someone else is moving slow. I just don't like I don't still like the whole thing. Shout out to everybody that works in that type of industry. It's it's a necessity, but you gotta have thick skin. Yeah, there's just so much. You go through so much to not get paid well. Like that's another thing. Like not be compensated well, but have to put up with a lot. And yeah, I don't like it.
Essential workers.
I do really well in customer service. Usually, I communicate with people well, but when it comes to people's food, like it'd probably be different if I worked at a Jamaican restaurant because there's like no customer service expected. But
and then you could tell everybody is just fresh out.
Everything with fresh out. So it's like a privilege for you to walk into the Jamaican restaurant, and you should just know it's a privilege, and whatever we have, and deal with it. Yeah. So that's different. I'm not that type of person anyway, but it's difficult.
I didn't like the combination of dirt and moisture. Besides the fact I wasn't really getting paid that much, it's like you.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah, like you cleaning up dirt, but then the cars are like wet and dripping. You gotta dry them off. It's like, oh no.
Yeah, that's horrible. That's like walking around Florida just in general.
Oh shit.
South Florida. It's just so moist everywhere. It's hot and it's not. Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't sound good. All right. You see probably 200 of these a day. So, what was the last funny video you saw? The last one.
The last funny video I saw was a guy. I don't know where he was at. Like he was on some kind of stage, and then a lady jumped up on him like he was catching her, and she wrapped her legs around him, like around his thighs. And he just started falling like and they fell off the stage. And then when they fell, like the girl kicked some other girl in the head that was like on the ground level. It was crazy.
Oh my gosh. I see so many funny videos, and I'm the worst at remembering anything. Like I watch ridiculousness all the time. I'm online all the time, and some of the things I think funny, people don't think funny, but whatever. I'm trying to think the last video. That might be I can't the same video. I won't say it's the last one I saw, because it was sent to me by Buck, so I did see that. But I just finished yelling out something to him that I saw that I thought was funny, and he didn't laugh at all. So I'm sure he didn't think it was funny, but I'm trying to remember what it was. I don't know. There was a corny video I saw. It was a dad joke video. And it said, the man said, what did, actually, yes, it was a full video because it ended up being a dad joke, but it was the last funny video I saw where it was an advertisement really for some type of math tutoring thing. And so they were saying how you can get these tutors or whatever. And then the mom was all excited because she was like, her son has this new math tutor through the program, and it was great. And her daughter was being tutored by the father, and it was just horrible. So it wasn't a good thing. And so they called the daughter in to tell the math tutor what she learned from the father. And she was like, oh yeah, what did the 0 say to the 8? Nice belt. So Buck doesn't think it's funny, and I know a lot of people don't think it's funny, but it was hilarious to me. So that was my funny video. You make me sick. Forget about him. Anyway, yeah, but that was the last funny video I saw. literally the last one, I said it to him out loud, and he didn't make the same reaction almost, except he gave me the courtesy laugh at that just now. All right, what is the best way to stay motivated and complete your goals for you specifically?
I'm realizing that there is no way to stay motivated, and what carries you through the unmotivated times is the commitment. If you stay committed, or I should say if I stay committed to my commitment, that's what'll get me through the times when I lack the motivation. Life is like duality. There's going to be ups and downs. So to stay motivated, that's like, I don't know, not a thing that I could imagine for myself. I would hope, but so far it hasn't been a reality.
Yeah, I'm the queen of not staying motivated. I can get motivated really quickly though. I'll be all gung ho, like, yeah, right, I'm gonna do this. I'll plan things out. I'll do all of that, and then, some things it's easier to stay motivated because it's just if everything starts to flow and, it's something that I love, but once the challenge comes in and there's a distraction or whatever, it's hard for me to stay motivated. So, my thing would be, I'm not good at staying motivated. I just have to, it's like cyclical. I just have to keep turning around and motivating myself again. So I rarely stay motivated at the same level for anything that I'm doing. I can't really think of one thing that I've stayed consistent with my motivation for it, but I always come back around and find that motivation again. But where I'm starting from, that might be, an issue. I might be starting over each time. But that's what I got. All right. This is a fun one. What is the silliest fear that you have?
Silliest fear?
Silliest.
The silliest fear. Wow.
Silliest fear. I have been, in the past, I've been quoted as saying that I'm scared of everything. I have worked really hard this past year to not be scared of everything and to be more aware and try to just not be super scared. I might still be jumpy, but like what I feel on the inside is different for me. But the silliest thing that I'm scared of is I'm going to make it a collection of all small creatures that it is known that they don't do anything to you. Like they can't kill you or harm you. And I still freak out. Like a little bug that can't do anything, or maybe a field mouse or something just moving really fast and like small that I should be able to overpower very easily. So there should not be that fear. I'm still working on that because that's still there. Things that gross me out and that are small, or things that are in like, there's a lot of them. So maybe it's bugs, but I see like 200 of them in one area. I get nervous. I'm going to try not to say scared, but I get nervous.
Silliest fear. Well, you come to me with scared business.
All right, Thurston.
I've been like desensitized to a lot of things. So I'd probably have to say my silliest fear would be being stranded in the middle of the ocean. Like just in the water, not even in a boat or anything. Like somewhere in the ocean, like nowhere close to any kind of land.
I will say to you that doesn't seem silly at all. Sounds like you should be damn scared.
Yeah, but the silliness is, why would that happen though?
Well, yeah, the silliness is why would that happen, but if that did happen, fear is something, I I guess you just got to figure some stuff out. But you're in the middle of. You didn't even say stranded on a boat. You were just like in the water.
Word, in the water, food. Like when it gets dark and then the waves get all crazy. That's it. Your food. There's a storm out there.
You're done. Your body will give out on you too. It's too much water on the outside. You get all wrinkly. Then you're just in the sun. When the sun comes out, then you're done. So
that's why I've never been on a cruise. That's why I don't like cruises. I don't want to set myself up for that.
Man, if you went on a cruise with me, you would be okay. Like if there was a piece of wood floating by that could save us, I would make sure that we both got on.
You would share it with me?
I would definitely. I wouldn't be like Rose.
No, you would be like Ro.
On Titanic. Exactly. I would be Ro. And I would. That's my dad's name. And definitely, I would either sacrifice or I would share. So. All right, next one. What is the first thing you notice about a guy or a girl? In my case, I'll say guy, you say girl. What's the first thing you notice?
Their face.
Okay. In this day and age of COVID, we'll say the face. I do notice the face of both male or female if I'm looking at someone, but if I go a step further and think, what I notice on a male is definitely their shoulders. I say it all the time. I get mad. I see somebody be like, what is wrong? Why they don't have any shoulders? They can't even carry a book bag. Like what? Yeah. So I notice shoulders. And I think I don't know if it's linked. It's probably linked to me feeling like strength or whatever. I don't know, but that's what I notice very quickly.
So giving her a little more thought, I'll say face, but it's really like eyes, like the shape of the eyes.
Yeah.
Then it's just like a downward sweeping motion. Then it's from the like eyes to like, then I go to like the hips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After shoulders, I would notice the eyes, probably. And outside of COVID, then smile or mouth. But yeah, that would be it for me.
I don't even think it's hips. I think it's legs. That's what it is. But like the top of the leg is like by the hips, but not really like that.
Top of the legs, by the hips, not really the hips. But
quads. Those are the quads.
Quads. I noticed the quads. All right. Sure. All right, this next one is not an easy question at all. So we're either going to just glaze over it or it's going to take up a lot of our time.
You said glaze over it?
Yeah, just glaze. The last little. Who is your favorite entertainer of all time?
Oh my God.
We could then, if you wanted to, break it down as favorite comedian, favorite musician, favorite actor, if you wanted to do that, but favorite entertainer overall.
Favorite entertainer of all time? That's a tough question.
That is a tough question.
I probably couldn't even tell you if we broke it down. Like,
I know.
Just like things that are popped in my head right now.
Right now, that's the thing. It's I don't know. That's the thing.
Entertainer.
Favorite entertainer. Okay, who's your favorite comedian?
Favorite comedian.
I love comedians. I really like going to comedy shows. I really like comedians. But can I pinpoint one? I don't know. There's different levels of comedians as well. I don't know. That's hard.
But you came up with these questions. You know,
I sure did. That doesn't mean I came up with the questions. I'm not necessarily executing the answers the way I should. I'm the idea person.
So I'll just use this time to say a couple of comedians, a few comedians that I enjoy that are not like underrated, like to me.
Oh yeah, I like that.
I feel like Marshall Brandon is a funny dude.
Mm-hmm.
Jay Snow is a funny dude.
Mm-hmm.
He's real creative. He does like a lot of videos and stuff. Ryan Davis is a funny dude. Yeah, then there's like, I don't know. There's better known names. Tony Roberts is hilarious to me.
Hilarious. Oh my gosh. Went to see him on a comedy show. A few of the people that I've seen recently on the comedy shows are hilarious. TK Kirkland. Hilarious. Oh my gosh.
Godfrey is funny.
Godfrey's hilarious. Someone who I always knew was funny, but was extra funny to me in person in front of them was Corey Holcomb.
Man.
Like, I know he's funny. I've seen his comedy. I'm like, oh yeah, he's funny. But sometimes it was like, okay, yeah, hit or miss. But in front of him,
mostly that miss for you is when he started talking about men having multiple women, right?
Yeah.
But Corey Holcomb is a funny dude, and he's like an all-around entertainer as well. He makes songs.
Yeah, he was singing on the set and everything. Was pretty cool.
I feel like Corey Holcomb should have like a TV show or something.
I think he should. I feel like he's been on TV shows. He has, right? Yeah.
Like what?
He's been on TV shows, but like a supporting actor on TV shows. I'm trying to think
really
which ones
recall.
he has. I'm positive. And as I say, I'm positive, I don't know which ones they are. So I'm going to look it up real quick because I'm sure. But
Tracy Morgan is a funny guy.
Yeah, Tracy Morgan was funny. We saw him recently too.
D-Ray Davis.
Yes. D-Ray Davis. He was on Black Jesus. Corey Holcomb, that is.
Oh yeah.
Let's see what else we've got listed here. Just looking at movies and TV shows. Seems like most of them are like his own stand-ups or stuff like that. But the Watermelon Heist, that just sounds like something I know I didn't see. I don't think I saw. Sound kind of off right there, but that was in 2003.
Then I feel bad if I don't say like Dave Chappelle, like, but that's like obvious.
Yeah.
What's the other dude we just watched the other day? Yo, his like method is crazy. Jimmy Carr, that's his name.
What's that? It?
The one with the crazy laugh.
Oh my God, the one that is that his name? With the funny
He's wild.
Yes, that's his name, Jimmy Carr. He's so British. That laugh, he's like, it's great. He's only 49. I thought he was older than that. Yeah. All right. Well, we kind of skipped and went to comedians and just left it at that. But I feel like it's just too hard.
Entertainers, yeah.
Entertainment's just too difficult. I can't even say my favorite actor. It depends on the day. It depends on the time. It depends. And then musician or artist, there's way too many.
What was the lady's name that was with Tracy Morgan that time? Brown.
I don't remember her name, but she was hilarious.
Yeah, I have to throw like a few women in there at least.
She is on the last OG with him. What is her name? I don't know, but she was hilarious.
I think her last name is Brown. Miss Brown, Mrs. Brown, all due respect. She's hilarious.
I don't see. I'm looking through the writing credits because I know she wrote on the show, but I don't know. I can't find her right now.
Man, I usually go to shows. I try not to laugh. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. Because I'm not just going to be in there just yucking it up for no reason.
I'm the opposite. I laugh as soon as something hits me, so yeah.
I remember I went to a show in Manhattan one time. Mm-hmm. And it was like they were giving out free tickets, but you had to buy like drinks or whatever. Mm-hmm. I didn't laugh not once the whole show. It was like 4 comedians.
What? It actually wasn't funny, or you just were like, I'm not gonna laugh?
I mean, I don't just run around laughing for no reason anyway. That's not my style. So they were not funny. That's what it is.
I laugh all the time, so you know. And if they're not funny, sometimes that makes me laugh even more. But I get embarrassed for people when they're on stage and they're not doing well, whether it's comedy or singing. I get embarrassed like it's me. I don't know.
The funniest thing to me is like the deadpan humor, like the face, like when somebody could just be mad serious, like, and just saying the funniest shit on earth.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, I know. I'm gonna say I know who I like, but I don't know her name. And we watched her recently. I don't know if you know her name, but she's on Abbott Elementary. She plays the principal.
Oh yeah,
she's hilarious.
Quinta Brunson. She's a great entertainer.
No, the principal though.
Oh.
The principal. I like Quinta's great. Like she's a great entertainer. She's hilarious. I could totally see her on Mad TV back in the day or what. Like she's that type of entertainer. She was on the Black Girl
Robin Thede too.
Oh yeah,
Robin Thede. She's an entertainer.
But I don't know who that principal is. But she's hilarious in that part.
Yeah,
hilarious. There's another thing I was watching where I'm like, this person is just funny for no reason. Like they make the show. You know my show Southside that I haven't seen in a while. They need to come back. But those type of shows are hilarious to me. I feel like Southside to me is like I'm gonna flip it because I think I saw Southside first. So Southside, Righteous Gemstones is like the white version of like a Southside. Like there's just all kinds of funny things happening in different ways. Every character is hilarious in their own way, and it just kind of fits together. And it's crazy and over the top, but not so much that you're like, yeah, this is whatever. It's hilarious. Hilarious. All right. Let's move on to the next question because I know we're not going to finish that topic. It's just something you could revisit.
We only did comedians. Like, that's crazy.
We only did comedians, and we still didn't. That wasn't an expansive list. We didn't list a ton of people, but and sorry to all of the comedians.
Somebody. I'm gonna feel bad later that I ain't said.
I'm gonna go ahead and apologize in advance for anyone that I forgot.
Anybody I follow on Instagram is hilarious.
Yeah, who was that? Ron G, is that his name?
Yeah, Ron G.
Oh my gosh, hilarious. Yeah. Hilarious. He was open. He did the comedy. He was the host for which one? For D-Ray? Yeah. Oh my gosh, hilarious.
That was like a bonus to get him to keep coming back. Yeah,
that's what you wait for. You like, oh my gosh, I got somebody that's amazing, and that person keep coming back and hitting it like how Martin was for Def Comedy Jam. Yeah. Like to have someone at that caliber, and then every time in between, you're like, oh, okay. Jesse McDonald, is that his name?
Yeah, Jesse McDonald's a funny guy.
He's like physical comedy, but hilarious.
Yeah, he's funny.
Hilarious. All right. Let's see. There are a number of things listed here, so I'm just gonna go. We're gonna do one more.
Oh, Tony Baker, my fault.
You said Tony Baker first. That was your first person.
I said Tony Roberts.
Oh yeah, both of them.
I went to a show with you in North Carolina, and Tony Baker was the only person that made me laugh. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, and it was like 4 people that night. I'm not gonna say no names.
It was a great show. All of them were hilarious. Tony Baker did make you laugh, but it was also like it was a different type of comedy show because it was like clean. Like everything was clean because it was in like a church something or something like that.
Yeah, but
Tony Baker still made it funny.
Yeah, you funny.
But they're all funny. Who else was there?
I'm not saying. I don't want to get
I'm
into
gonna
it.
list it.
Nah,
Who was it? It was Kevin. Is his name Kevin? Kevin. You know what? Let me stop because he's gonna do his section. He's gonna do his section on Instagram and be talking about people, and I don't want to be on that. But it was hilarious. It was great to me. I loved it. It probably, I can't say it started my love for comedy shows because I've been to a very few, but I go to them more frequently now, and that was one of them. That's like my favorite thing to do. If I were to go out, like have fun, that's like my favorite thing. Especially if it's one that has really good food and a nice grown setting. I love it. All right.
You gonna get a little promotion from that other spot? Don't shout them out yet.
I ain't gonna shout them out yet, but I'm gonna talk to them about that because we go there often, and so that would be nice. All right, the last one we're gonna do, and I'm gonna save the rest for another time because there's a ton of them there. What are some strange beliefs that some people have that you think are ridiculous? A lot of the beliefs that I know of people have from like different cultures or whatever, and no one knows why they do it, but they're like, oh, you're just not supposed to do it. Um, like you sweeping somebody's feet with a broom.
Yeah.
I forget what it means. Either they're gonna get married or some other thing. People go crazy and start fighting over it. Why you swept my feet? Like weird.
I don't want to just straight be picking up things and hating on people. But like I'm hating on people if I say
It's not hating. It's just something you might not understand. Like it's just strange. And strange doesn't mean strange in general. It just means strange to me because I'm not used to it or I don't understand it. So we'll clarify that.
When you're strange, people call you a stranger.
Yeah. Okay. Well, when you're strange, people call you a stranger. We'll do that.
There's a lot of weird things. A lot of weird beliefs that people have.
There are a lot of weird beliefs.
The main thing to me about beliefs is people have beliefs and they don't know why they have them.
This is true.
Like they carry them on and they teach them and they preach them and profess them and never take the time to look out where they originate or the legitimacy of them. That's the weirdest thing to me.
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
And I'm from a culture that does that a lot. So yeah.
What's that? The hip hop culture?
No, Jamaican, West Indian culture.
West Indian.
In general, but yeah, you can think of anything. You can't think of anything that people do that's just strange, and it's a belief.
I don't know. A belief like what?
I don't know. Like things that, I mean, there's things that you see people do. Like you spill they spill salt and then throw it over their left shoulder or something.
Yeah, that's shit like that. I try to just throw out my memory because I don't really fuck with it. Like
that's true. I don't either, but I see it a lot. Like you're walking down the street with a friend, and then there's a pole, and if you cut the pole, like you have to walk back around, and like,
yeah,
I never understood that. I saw that here when I got to America. Never understood it. Asked people, and they're like, "Oh no, you just have to." Okay, but never really understood it. Step on a crack, break your mama's back. There are a lot of weird things. I'm sure they come from somewhere and then get twisted along the way. Definitely a lot of religious ones, but I'm not going to get into those.
Yeah, that's why I'm not saying nothing. That's what comes to my mind when I hear beliefs.
Yeah, usually that's usually where it comes from. All right, so let's see if there's any. You have anything else? Anything else you want to talk about? We'll go into health tip of the day from Buck the President, and then we'll see if there's any important entertainment news that we want, or just entertainment news.
So we're gonna do the health tip now?
Yeah, do you have one now? If not, then we go into entertainment first.
I do have a health tip. That's important.
Yes, health tip.
Okay. There's something I want people to think about, and I want you to think about it very hard. What I want you to think about is think about that. Every day you should think about that for like a few minutes, for as long as you can. That's where you get all your answers at.
All right. Let's go into some news. Mm-hmm. Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott welcomed a baby boy.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. That was on February 2nd, I believe. So 2222.
Well, that's dope. I'm sure that'll spawn many conspiracies.
Oh man. All right. Alvin Kamara. Is that how you say the name?
Yeah, Alvin Kamara. What's going on with him?
Was arrested for battery in Vegas. Allegedly beat up a person in a club.
What?
During the Pro Bowl. Is that what it was? Yeah, Pro Bowl.
Oh, word.
Yep. So recently.
Running back for the Saints.
Yep. For the Saints. So he was arrested for battery in Vegas. Beat up somebody in a nightclub. Taken to Clark County Jail. Booked on the charge of battery resulting in serious bodily injury.
Clark County.
Yeah. That sucks. T-Pain says Joe Rogan outrage is hypocritical. It's all about moolah, man.
Definitely. It's also about some of his views on another situation. That's my belief.
Yeah, I'm not hating on anyone. I heard some things out of his own mouth that made me like, well, that's weird.
Yeah, he did say some things that seemed out of line.
Left field, but those things are not recent, so therefore those things were searched, or you're trying to bring it up now because of the recent hate, and so whatever. Whoopi
Goldberg.
Whoopi Goldberg.
She got hated on, right?
Got hated on, suspended. Yeah. I don't know too much about it. I'm not going to go into it too much, but I just there's a lot of things that I think are bogus recently, and just being done to prove some type of point.
It's to flex on people.
Yeah. 2022 Olympics athletes claim the quarantine food is inedible.
But at Tokyo,
quote,
right?
I cry every day. And I'm looking at the most disgusting picture of food. I'm going to turn it around so that Buck can see it. But this is not what you give, like, athletes like, not human. It just doesn't look like things you should give humans.
What's that shit in the right corner right there?
I don't even know. I was looking at it like that looked like raw chicken, but I didn't want to. I don't know what that is. And there's like a tomato hiding underneath it, I think. It looks like maybe it's some type of, like, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of a potato.
They in Tokyo,
some
though, right?
pasta. What kind of? I think that meat is lamb, but I'm not sure. It looks really dry. That's
Tokyo,
sad.
Right? Tokyo food.
Yeah, in Beijing. It's in Beijing, and
Where's Beijing?
China.
But aren't the Olympics in Tokyo?
Olympic athlete at 2022 Games in Beijing says the food she's been given during her quarantine period has been so bad she's in physical pain and cries every day.
Why did I think it was in Tokyo?
Was the other Olympics, the Summer Olympics, in Tokyo? Just the Winter Olympics. So it says the picture appears to show a plate of plain pasta, some meat, if you can call it that, a few potatoes, a sauce, none of which looks appetizing at all, but it looks really gross. And this athlete that was crying about it is from Russia. So
each country in this situation should have been able to bring in their own chefs.
Yeah, that's just horrible. Yeah, that's horrible.
Quarantine food.
That's just gross. I don't know. They haven't been treating these athletes very well.
They don't get paid too well either.
They don't. So yeah, that's gross. All right. So Kim and Ye.
Oh man.
It's taken such a dark turn that I'm like, both of them just need to get off the internet, and everyone needs to stay out of their business and figure it out. Kanye claims Kim Kardashian accused me of putting a hit out on her. And then he posts peculiar text thread with some other thing. It's just odd and weird. So she's saying that he put a hit out on her. There's just a lot of weirdness going on there, and it just needs to they need to figure it out on their own. And I just hope that everyone just gives them that chance, because people love to jump on sides and say, oh, this and this, and nitpick and point fingers at this person's crazy or this person's not doing this well or whatever. And truth of the matter is, none of us are doing anything incredibly well anyway. We're all figuring it out. But it's sad because it's like all being aired out in this public forum, and so everyone has their opinions, and it's very sad. But to say anyone saying that someone's putting a hit out on them, or even to say that someone's putting a hit out on is crazy in and of itself. She said
that he put a hit out on her.
That's what he's saying, that she claimed. And so he's saying you don't do that, especially because he's a black man, and I don't know.
See, my thing with this is this whole thing is like triggering to me because of my previous situation.
Yeah.
And there's like it's very easy to make a black man seem crazy or aggressive to the world. And the world is very accepting of that stereotype. So that's probably what triggers me the most. But this also could go towards the beliefs that people have that I think are strange. Because, not the stereotype thing, but the fact that people enter into a union, they draw together a whole bunch of witnesses to witness them entering into this union. They make a pledge to devote themselves to each other. They give the word to God in most cases, which is an all-knowing being, if that's what you believe in or subscribe to. But beside that, you enter into a legal contract and you pledge all of these things and declare all of these things in front of witnesses.
Yeah.
To make it like a ceremony, a ritual ceremony. And then you decide that you're not with it. To believe, but you can't technically force anybody to stay with anybody, but the whole thing is crazy to me that nobody believes their word means anything.
Yeah.
That's a weird belief to me. Or that if you believe in a God, an all-knowing God, that a court of law has higher authority than God? If you believe in that. Yeah, some people don't even have like the God aspect of a marriage.
True. And some people are not even of the same faith or religion, and then you get married as well.
But they enter into the contract, and most vows include till death do us part.
Yeah.
And then the worst is when you say, I can't be with this person, even though I said I was going to be with this person for the rest of my life. But they're not so horrible that I can't be their friend and hang out with them. That's insane to me.
I hear you.
I mean, if you enter into that and then it becomes like a matter of life and death where it's so crazy that you can't stand each other, then that seems like there would be no other choice but to separate.
That's true. I think everyone should think long and hard about getting married. If they think very, very, very hard about it, we probably won't have as many marriages, because these are the things you have to think through. And it's a lot.
And I tend to like listening to Kanye. Kanye is wild. I can't like, he's a free thinker. He does things. But his value system seems to me to be a stern one. And most of the values I can respect. And values, I believe, just my belief, are the problem in that relationship. And that's why it's triggering to me. Because to say that a parent is trying to control the environment their child is in and make it seem like it's bad is just wild.
He went on to say his dad didn't have money or a public voice when his mom destroyed his relationship with his father. And he says he's doing this for every parent or on either side whose kids' futures are being one-sidedly controlled.
Right.
So, I guess
it could also be that he wants Kim back. But
I mean, yes. I mean, that's at the top.
I would understand that still, if he's a man of God and he pledged to God that he would be with this woman for the rest of his life.
His caption also then included, I don't have the right to get angry as a father without being called erratic. I gave that family the culture. If they as a whole unit keep playing games with me, I will take that culture back. A father should never have to beg for the location of their children. And then he posted a bunch of screenshots again. And then he posted a screenshot of Kim's cousin agreeing with him about TikTok. But that screenshot shows her proceeding to then ask for some Yeezys in the same caption. So she agreed with him, but then she was trying to get something. Then he deleted it. And then he says, now I'm being accused of putting a hit on her. These ideas can actually get someone locked up. They play like that with black men's lives, whether it's getting them free or getting them locked up. I'm not playing about my black children anymore.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that.
So yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with what's going on. I mean, hopefully there are no. I mean, I don't believe that anyone's putting a hit out on anyone, or anything like that. So I don't disagree with any of that stuff. I just want both sides to deal with it privately and not publicly. He apparently doesn't have Kim's number, so someone else gave him Kim's number. He was trying to find her for something. So then he shows us a screenshot of him asking for her number, and then the person says, here you go, gives the number. So now that he got her number, so it says now that he got the number, he deleted the post that he made before. So it's looking like it was for attention. Maybe some progress can be made in their co-parenting now that he finally has Kim Kardashian's number again. So who knows? It's just sad. To me, I think it should be resolved without being so public. But as Buck pointed out to me, sometimes it's to keep public record of something that's going on. That's a possibility. It just seems like there's a lot. And you could probably have all of those screenshots and everything without showing it to the rest of the public, but it is what it is. I wish them both the best. I hope that they can get this situated, especially for the kids, because
definitely
the way that it's being portrayed, regardless of what anybody else thinks, there are children involved, and especially a child like North who is active on social and likes that. That it could be a turning point for her not liking her father because he doesn't want her. Like every kid, like teenagers do it all the time. You won't let me do this. I don't like it. And that's not, I do believe that he is trying to protect her, in some way, but I don't think that's 100% it. I do believe that he's trying to protect her, but I honestly feel like it's more about Kim than it is about her. But that move may be something that hurts their relationship, and I hope that that's not the case. She's always with her dad. I mean, not always with him, but she's with her dad a lot, and she seems to love him very much.
A lot of unhealthy behaviors are very fun.
They are.
Children
gravitate towards
love
that.
Them. Yeah,
they gravitate towards that. And I'm not saying that that's right. I'm just saying the outcome of that. And why they end up not liking, whether it's right or wrong. There's a ton of times you're not allowed to do certain things, and you're like, I hate you, Mom. People do that all the time. And then it's like, but that feeling is still real. Even if it comes from some BS, it's still real. And so to have your kid feel that way about you that's not good.
The parent who opposes those things can easily be made to be looked at as a villain.
Always.
It's not a cooperative effort.
Always. And that happens especially if the other person does not agree with what it is you're saying. So it's just sad. So I wish them the best, because there's a lot, and there's so many people that want to fuel the fire, and people that want to see on both sides, people that want to see them fail. There's a lot of people. There's no way that you see two billionaires. I'm going to round her up and call her a billionaire. She just added some, finance onto her skims and whatever. So two billionaires, people are already 100% jealous. Then you have one that is black, definitely going to be jealous of that person and want to see their downfall and laugh at that. You have a female boss, you want to see that downfall. You have jealousy. You have a bunch of different things. So people are preying off of this, and these are people's lives. So that's my take on it. Just like people want to help out sometimes, but kind of mind your own business.
Strength, love, and blessings to everyone in that situation.
Always. In all ways. That's our entertainment news. That was a lot. I was like a little deep in that one. A lot of feelings. So I think we're done with that. And we did our health tip for anyone that didn't quite get it. Meditate. Be with yourself in your own thoughts. Think. Your podcast did not cut out, so don't think that something happened and then you don't come back. That was Buck's way. Although if that's what you thought, you're not hearing this right now. But that's Buck's way of telling you to kind of sit in your own thoughts.
And that's it. We're out. Strength, love, and blessings.